Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Oklahoma Prepper here, back again today, bringing you another video. If you've joined me before, if this is your first time joining me, then thank you for watching this video and taking the time out of your day to watch this. I'm Blake from Oklahoma Prepper, and I'm going to be bringing you a video today over my car trunk EDC. So this is part one. Part one will be about my trunk itself, and then part two will be about the interior of my car. So this video today is going to go over all the stuff I keep in my trunk and all the things that I use for an emergency, regardless of what it is in the back of my car. All right, so what I'll do out here is I will start out here and show you all the stuff on the outside in the trunk to give you kind of an overview to see exactly what it is, and then I'll take you inside and show you all the items more in detail on the tabletop. One, because it's a better way of giving you a close-up, and two, because it's really cold outside. Today's high, I think, is like upper 30s, low 40s. Right now, I think it's about 35, 36 as of right now. Tomorrow's going to be even colder with a high of around 35 or so. So I want to get this done and out of the way so I don't freeze out here. Also, this is a great opportunity for me to show you the winter items in my car and show you the reasons why I carry them, to give you some more just thoughts and ideas of what you could carry in your car for the winter setup, because it is very cold outside in most places right now. I know here in central Oklahoma it is definitely starting to feel a lot like winter. So now let's go to the inside of the car and I'll show you all the stuff in the trunk. So the first item we'll go over here on the front left side is going to be this MTM case guard. This is a Sportsman's dry box, kind of like a plastic ammo box if you want to. You can use a metal ammo can if you have one laying around. I just happened to get this one at work for a pretty good price. This is just kind of more of a dump of stuff. There's not really any specific reason for having some of this in here, but it's just a bunch of general survival gear, kind of my overflow of the rest of my stuff. So let's go into it now. Now that we're inside, we can go in more in detail into the first item in my trunk. That's going to be this hard plastic case. Is like an ammo case, you can think of it. As you can tell, I like to have stickers on the outside just like everything else. I have those there. I have one from SIG and from my church that I go to, and some Mol Labe Don't Tread on Me stuff. So really big in stickers. Let's open it real quick, get onto the inside. So the inside is, the lid is lined with a rubber gasket on the inside, so that way no water moisture can get inside. Sealed just like a regular ammo can, and you can take these hinges off too if you don't want the lid on there. So move that out of the way. First item is going to be this siphon pump. Now this is one of the most important things to have in a car emergency kit, is this gas siphon kit. So if you're traveling along and let's say you run out of gas and there's been mass chaos, people have abandoned their cars everywhere, but you're still driving, there's a car nearby, you can siphon the gas out of theirs to get gas for you. So you can use that for emergency purposes to get yourself some gasoline. Some duct tape, a digital tire monitor from Slime, some Orion signal flares. So having some of these to signal somebody down to let them know where you are. It's really great to have. Some off deep wood dry spray for it's hot outside and there's bugs around. Keep the bugs off you. Just a generic Gerber multi-tool. I think this is one that I had laying around, so I just threw it in here. A Ultimate Survival Tools light stick. I have actually plenty of these, so you're going to see more. Some Base Camp biodegradable wash towels. So if I want to clean myself off, maybe I've gone out several days without being near civilization, I want to clean myself off, I can use those. Some MSR Aqua tabs. This is some water purification tablets for emergency preparedness. So if I happen to find some water, but I don't know if it's going to be good water or not, if it's stagnant, I can put some of this in there and kind of clean it out. And then if I find water, but I'm severely dehydrated, here's some oral rehydration salts from Adventure Medical Kits. I have a lot of their stuff, so they make really good gear. This is just so I can put into water and give myself some more hydration, so I don't get super dehydrated and I can get back to, that. Some 550 paracord from UST. Get that at Walmart. Some emergency light sticks. Again, more. Cliff bar. Probably need to throw this one away though. It's been out there in the car for a bit. Looks like it's kind of getting old. Some more Adventure Medical Kits. This is advanced clotting sponge. Another glow stick. As you can tell, I have a bunch. Some fire tinder, so I can light these. They're just really good for starting a fire with, just having some good tinder around. A ferro rod with a scraper, so I can use it to start a fire with the handy lanyard on it, so I can wrap it around my neck. Little Stanley multi-tool kit. I don't really need this out here, but like I said, I just threw stuff in here just in case. You never know when you might need a little small screwdriver set. And finally, the last thing is this Adventure MRE. It's a beef ravioli. So that's all the contents of this ammo box. So the next item we'll go over on the left side, which I also have on both sides, left and right. These are the Rubbermaid. These are trunk organizers with dividers on them. I use these really frequently in basically any vehicle I've ever had. They are great for organization of all your stuff in the back. I like to have dividers. So this is great for that. It has a Velcro on the bottom so it doesn't slide around. It has a bunch of bungee kind of pockets, as you can see, all around it to hold additional items. It's got carrying handles on it. And just generally speaking, it's a really good way of organizing your stuff. So that's the Rubbermaid organizers. So going over this front pouch right here, starting on the front, I actually have a few things in here. I have this just generic cheap first aid kit. This is First Aid Essentials. It's pretty cheap because the zipper is actually kind of broken on it on one part, but it does work, and it has a good amount of stuff in it for just a basic kind of boo-boo kit, mini trauma kit. It's not super in-depth. I would like to get a full-size trauma kit, but this First Aid Essentials does the trick for any kind of minor scrapes or bumps I might encounter. But having a good car trauma kit, if you encounter a bad wreck and you're the first responder, first one on scene, and you have any kind of first responder training like I do, having a good trauma kit can help save someone's life before an ambulance gets there, because sometimes they could take minutes or even longer. So that's the first aid kit right there in the front. So the second thing in this front main compartment right here in this Rubbermaid organizer is going to be this generic waterproof bag. It's made by a brand called Free Grace, just some no-name brand. But in here I keep a fair amount of base gear, I guess you could say base clothing gear for cold weather. So let's just say I'm out and about and it happens to be a semi-nice day outside and I'm wearing maybe jeans and a t-shirt with nothing else. And all of a sudden it gets really, really cold outside, or maybe I'm stranded outside on the side of a highway and it's super cold out and I have no other base gear for keeping myself warm. This is a good addition to any trunk for the winter time, having a good waterproof bag to keep it dry for just the bare essentials of all your cold weather gear. So that's the inside of this. Let's go inside and check it out. All right, now that we're inside, I can show you the contents of this bag. So this is a 5-liter waterproof bag. This is from Free Grace. I've had this in the back of my trunk for a while now. I filled it with different stuff, but right now this is kind of what I'm set on. So let's go over the contents of the inside now. It's one of those roll tops. You unbuckle it and you roll it open like that. So first items in here, it's going to be these 511 gloves. Now these gloves are really great because not only are they leather on the outside, which will prevent any kind of wind from getting through, but they're very nice fleece lined on the inside, and they have what kind of feels like a synthetic down almost on the inside. So they keep my hands very warm. I mean, down to below zero. I've had these things in and they still stay warm. So really great gloves. Highly recommend 511 anything. Those are their gloves. Next item is this Outdoor Research or OR headband. This is just to keep my ears warm and around the top of my head. Kind of just a minimalist thing if I need to, if just my ears are cold, if it's windy outside. I can take one of these with me. So Outdoor Research headband. It's a North Face beanie in kind of a gray color. This is if the top of my head's really cold. If it's really cold outside, I don't want to use the ear wraps. I can use this North Face beanie. I really like their stuff too. It's fleece lined on the inside where your ears would be, and then it's just the regular stuff after that. This is probably the biggest item right here. This is a rolled up jacket, synthetic down jacket from Mountain Hardwear. Just a regular kind of puffy jacket that folds down pretty well. I probably can get it actually smaller than that. But this is just a good backup jacket to whatever I have on. Most of the time I will have a jacket on me, but if not, this right here, as I'll show you putting it on, it looks kind of like a garbage bag, but it'll do in a pinch. It's really warm and it's really, really lightweight and thin. It doesn't weigh a lot, so really, really good backup jacket. Next item I have is going to be these Patagonia base layer kind of underwear, long johns, whatever you want to call them. This is good for keeping my legs warm. My legs usually end up being the coldest out of everything besides my face. So having these as a good pants base layer underneath your jeans or pants, whatever, can help add warmth to the rest of your body. And then on top of that, with that, I have this Nike long sleeve black shirt. Again, another kind of compression undershirt I could have for underneath any layer I have, just as a good base layer to keep the heat retained to me. And the final item in this is just a pair of wool socks. So having a pair of wool socks in any kind of outfit you have, especially when it's cold outside, will help save your feet, because your feet will probably be one of the first to go if you start getting frostbite or hypothermia. So keep your feet warm with a good pair of wool socks like this. Wherever you can find some, just pick up a few pairs and kind of stash them around everywhere you have. Final thing in this front pouch right here, I'll show you quickly, is going to be this Endurance cooling towel. Now this is more for summertime. I could use it for wintertime if I need to, just a small towel. But this is for if it's really hot outside. This is going to help keep me cool. If I put some water on it, it'll help the sweat evaporate and kind of cool me off if I can wipe the sweat off. So just something good to have for winter or summertime, mainly for summer though, but you know, have it for whenever. So this is the Mission Enduracool cooling towel in a large plus size in kind of the neon tennis ball green. So getting into that back compartment in the back left corner, I have just a few things that I'll go over and show you. First thing is just going to be a generic basic MRE. So this is APAC ready meal. This is pasta with garden vegetables and tomato sauce. Nothing too special, just, you know, your average run-of-the-mill MRE. I had a lot of them in the Navy, surprisingly. And they're actually pretty good if you get the right one. But having a good meal with you, if you're straining out somewhere for a day or two, can really help make the difference, so you're not feeling like you're starving and you're losing more energy. So good MRE or some kind of little meal you can have with you in your trunk is definitely something to have. Alright, so the second to last thing in the back left corner is going to be one of the most important things that I've ever had in my car, and I actually needed this for a specific reason at one point and never had it, so that's actually why I got it. And that item is going to be this Cobalt branded tire inflator. This is 12 volt, and it actually does run on your car battery, so you can plug it into your cigarette lighter. This is a Cobalt tire inflator. This is 12 volt. Let's go inside and I'll show you some more details. This is the model KL12. This is a just built-in air compressor. It's built into the inside that runs off of power to your car. So as you can tell that it has a few different adapters for different nozzle sizes you can use either for your car or for a bicycle pump. There are spare tire caps, which I've actually used one, that's why there's one missing, and then built into the middle, which you can take out, is a tire gauge, which is digital, so you don't have to use one of those sticks. And then the cord itself is wrapped around the outside, so it wraps around outside of here, and then you can use the tire gauge, and it just, like I said, plugs into your car cigarette lighter. You use the car's power for that. I'd rather have one that doesn't require my car battery power, like a small little tank that I can use, but you know, this is just what I have. So get yourself something that will help inflate your tires if need be, if you're stuck or stranded somewhere. So this is the Cobalt tire inflator. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, this is one of the most overlooked but one of the most necessary items to have in your vehicle, whether it even be just this or even be just jumper cables, something to power your car up in case of an emergency. So I bought this for myself because in case I'm stranded by myself, I don't have anyone around to help jump me, because sometimes people just can't make it out to you. This is a way to help power my car in case of emergency. So you have, this is the socket to plug into the wall, so that way you can charge it up, get more battery to it, because it is technically just a giant battery. And there is a light here, right there, so I have a way of seeing what I'm doing if I need to. Turn that off. I can turn it on over here, right there, and I can see the battery indicator right there to see how much battery I have left. So it is a full charge right now, ready to go. And then I have a USB plug-in right there that I can use to power my USB if I need to charge my phone or whatever. So it has multiple uses, not just jumping your car, but also to help you see what you're doing. And in the back middle parts, toward the very back, I have my old uniform boots that I used to wear every day. As you can tell, they're in pretty beat up condition, but I did wear them every day for several years. So they're very worn, but that's a good thing because they are very broken in. They're very comfortable. I've worn them a lot. And this would be for if I'm out and about and maybe I'm wearing like flip-flops, or maybe I'm just wearing like my Converse tennis shoes and it's heavy snow or heavy rain or something like that, or need to hike, you know, a long distance. Having these shoes on me will help, you know, get through the cold and the weather and the rain and the long distance, because flip-flops and Converse sometimes will just not cut it. So having an old pair of boots or shoes in the back of your vehicle for long distance hiking or for rough or inclement weather is definitely something that can help save your feet, because if your feet go, you go, and you need to keep your feet dry and comfortable to make sure that they are in working condition so you can get yourself home if you need to. So that's my old uniform boots I keep in the back of my car. So as I've showed in previous videos, this is my get home bag. I'll link to those videos down below. This bag is designed to get me from point A to point B being my home or wherever I live, to make sure that I get home alive and semi-comfortably. Of course, it's not going to have everything I need, but gonna have some other things that's gonna help me survive on the way home, depending on how long it's gonna take me to get there. So in conjunction with having this bag, I can take with me other stuff in this trunk and make my get home a little bit easier. So I'll link to those videos. Like I said, this is my get home bag. It's with me in every trunk I have. So here on the right hand side, the first piece of gear I keep stacked on top is going to be this Ziploc bag. It's one of those original space bags that you can keep garments and clothing and stuff like that in. I'll take that inside and I can show you all the contents of the inside, and I'll explain a little bit more inside there. This is a complete list of every layer that I'll need, plus actually one backup for one of them. So I'll start on the top. This right here is going to be a Under Armour. This is their cold gear. This is a quarter zip fleece pullover hoodie. So it's fleece on the outside, which is very soft and warm. And then the inside is kind of this almost reflective, they call it, it's like a little grid system that helps reflect body heat back to you. Very, very warm. Even when it's super cold outside, this stuff still maintains body temperature very well. So good backup base layer there. Then I have just a regular short sleeve t-shirt, kind of keeping with the theme of the same color of all the stuff. This is from a local outdoor store called Edmund Summit Co. Actually, they just rebranded, but this is their old brand name. It's in my hometown of Edmond here. So they make really good, high quality camping and outdoor stuff. I have one of their shirts. And then for the base layer stuff, before I get into the pants, I have two pairs of this X Officio. These are some like travel boxers. So these are meant to be worn several days without needing to wash, because they're very good at repelling odor and bacteria. They're very comfortable over time. These are made for traveling. So I have two pairs of these in here in case I need to change underwear multiple times if maybe they get soaking wet or muddy or whatever. So I have those, two pair of those. I have a pair of Fox River. These are some thermal kind of tough socks. I wear these with my uniform boots. They're very, very comfortable wool socks, or whatever material they are. So I've worn these a lot. They're very comfortable. They keep my feet nice and dry and warm. Great pair of socks. And the final pair is going to be these Cool pants. Kuhl. These pants are really high quality, but they're kind of swishy and kind of stiff, I guess because they're still kind of new. I wore them a few times and I just didn't like the feel of wearing them every single day, but they are very tough. They are very rugged and durable feeling. They're really good quality. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them at all. It's just that I don't think that I'd wear those every day. So those are just a good pair of backup pants to have in case of emergency. So that's all the clothes I keep in the Ziploc bag. Now into this right-hand side Rubbermaid trunk organizer. Let's get into the back compartment on top. I have just a regular generic towel, just one kind of a beach towel I had laying around that's cheap. This is, again, for if I get really wet, soaking cold, something like that, I need to change out of my clothes, I can dry off with my towel. Just have a large towel in the back, maybe 2 or 3 if you can. That way, if you get wet and maybe someone around you gets wet, maybe your significant other, your kids, have something to dry them off with. That could really help change how you feel if you're soaking wet and you change into clothes and you're also, again, still soaking wet because you didn't get the chance to dry off. So I have just a generic towel in the back. Definitely a lifesaver to have. So kind of sticking off to the top, I have just a regular ice scraper. As it's getting cold outside, just having something to scrape your car off with is imperative. There's been days where I've gone outside and my car is covered in ice and I had to use a credit card to scrape it off before I bought a car scraper. So it has a really long reach, it has a good scraper and a good brush to brush off some snow. I've used this multiple times. This has saved my butt from being late to work several times. So have a good, just generic scraper for the back of your car, especially for wintertime. This is definitely needed. have yourself a good spare gas can that hasn't been used before, because you don't want gas odors in the back of your car, always smelling it up. So I bought that one off Amazon. It's just a generic one from a brand called American. So have that in the back of your car. So almost done. One of the last things is going to be just a bunch of bungee cords. I think I picked this up at Walgreens for a few dollars. There are 10-pack of assorted different lengths of bungee cords. This is for tying stuff down. If I need to make a shelter with a tarp, which I will be getting soon for back here, I can use that to help string it up. Paracords or bungee cords have 1,000,001 uses, so having a bunch of different bungee cords or tie-down cords can be used in a multitude of different situations. So find yourself, go to a local hardware store, pick up a bunch of little, self-contained bungee cords like this, different strengths and sizes. And the final thing in my trunk is going to be water. Now, the downside of having water in your trunk, especially around this time of the year, is it can freeze, and it will freeze if you don't take proper precautions and store your car, maybe like in a garage or somewhere heated like that. But I picked this up at Academy, the sports and outdoor store near me. I think I got this. It was the whole pack, 15 of them for like $1 or $2. It's pretty cheap. It was on sale. So if you can find a bunch of 1-gallon jugs or maybe a pack of water like this, it can be used anything for rinsing yourself off if you get in some mud, or if you happen to find someone that's severely dehydrated and stranded, or maybe it's yourself, get yourself some water. You can use it for cooking, for your MRE, whatever. Water has a ton of uses. So have some kind of water with you in the trunk. I prefer to have a pack like this versus a big 1 liter, so I can kind of give these out to people in need and kind of ration them out. But it's up to you. Well guys, that's the end of the video here. Thanks for joining me through the whole thing. So if you guys like the video, feel free to give me a thumbs up down below. Leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of the whole thing. I'd like to always hear back your guys' feedback, because I know you guys are watching this. I really, really like interacting with you guys and talking to you guys on my videos. So leave a comment down below and tell me exactly what you guys carry in your trunk or your car EDC. Tell me some things that you think I should add to mine. I know mine's not perfect. I'm always adding stuff to mine all the time. So, leave a comment down below. So also, I want to add a shout out to a good friend of mine. His name is not Ian Sands. I'll put his stuff down below, and you can view his videos. He's really helped me out, make my videos look better, especially this one. He's helped a lot with the title work and animations, the subtle, small things that make videos look a lot better. So watch his videos, go check his stuff out. You can see how to make awesome videos too. Also guys, I'm going to be making some t-shirts with my logo on it. I will have ones that have Vehicle Prepper logo on it, if you've seen from my social media and from my profile picture on here. I'm going to have the shirt on the front, have the logo right here on the left center chest, and I'm going to have the logo across the back as well. So I'm putting the t-shirts together. If you guys want an order, let me know. Put a comment down below of how many you want and what sizes you want, and I'll try to get the order for you. The more the merrier, and the more I get from you guys, the cheaper I can get the price for the t-shirts to be. So go ahead and make that order, and I'll get you some t-shirts. So guys, if you guys want to subscribe, there's a big button right here to my side. Click that big subscribe button. I really appreciate it if you guys subscribe to me. I'm going to be having a giveaway at 100 subscribers, so stay tuned for that. And the video is right next to me, and click one of those, and you can view one of my previous videos. Other than that, have a great rest of your day, guys. Appreciate it.